Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We are here for round number 8 of the 2021 Super Formula Championship here in the United Arab Emirates, here in the biggest city of the UAE, Dubai, here at the Dubai Autodrome. Yes, Super Formula heads back to the Asian continent, and we head to the Middle East for the first of 2 times this season for the 8th round of the Super Formula Championship. My name is Miran in the commentary booth, and joining me today this evening it is none other than Giuseppe. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Miran. It's always nice to be back at, especially a track like Dubai, and in exciting cars like these. So, let's see what they produce for us today.
Yes, indeed. We have been here a few times before. We were here last year in Super Formula as well, and I think we've been here for Formula E as well back in 2019. Either way, as we're just looking at Giuseppe Stella on his flying lap of the circuit, I will take you through the track. So, the Dubai Autodrome, located in, Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. The track was opened in October of 2004 as part of the Dubai Land project, which was supposed to be an entertainment complex, which was supposed to be built in roughly this area of Dubai. However, it was abandoned, and a lot of projects were cancelled due to the financial crisis that happened 4 years later. Since 2006, this track has been home to the Dubai 24 Hours, which is a 24-hour endurance race, mostly famous for sports cars and touring cars, which has been ongoing since 2006 to this day. And it also does hold a Grade 1 license, meaning that this track could theoretically host Formula 1, even though it is the other Emirati Grade 1 track, Abu Dhabi, or Yas Marina, which does host it. This layout, though, which has remained unchanged since its opening in 2004, is 5.390 kilometers long and features 17 turns with a race lap record of a 141.2 set in 2008 in the GP2 Asia Series. And this track is pretty interesting, I have to say. It is one of the newer tracks on the Super Formula calendar. Just like the track we went to last time, Termas de Rio Hondo, this is a very, very new track. And yeah, it's a very interesting design as well. It's got a lot of high-speed corners, lots of flowing corners as well. Yeah, decent bit of elevation as well. Since it is on natural land, as opposed to the other Emirati track, the Yas Marina circuit. You can see this corner as well. The Patel goes through. These sets of corners have such a steep banking as well, and the elevation change is serious through those corners as well. So, yeah, it is a pretty tough and challenging track, and it's got a lot of not easy corners, but it's got a lot of pretty difficult corners as well. And I think you would agree with me, Giuseppe.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, you've got the elevation change, as you said, also many corners. You got like your hairpins, you got, some chicanes as well. You got some straights, pretty long ones as well. Like the one on the main straight and the back straight are both very long straights, to be fair. So we can see not only battles in the corners, but we might see some slipstream battles as well. So it's a very interesting track. I've always liked it, and that's why we come back to it. Not because I like it, but I think everyone likes it, honestly. So it's always been a track that I've liked, and it's always nice to be back on it. But as we talk about qualifying, it's nearly all the drivers done soon enough. I think it is 19 on this grid. Am I right? I'm not really accustomed to the Super Formula grid as much.
I think it is, yes. That is all the 19 times on the board. And it is currently Giuseppe Stella who is fastest in the rookie racing. So not bad at all from Giuseppe Stella, who scored points in every single race he's done in Super Formula. And it is currently Aiden Smith in second, and then Rahul Patel in third. Smith in second, obviously had his point streak come to an end at Argentina last time out, so he's probably looking to make sure that doesn't happen again, and at the moment he is in second, so not badly done from Smith. Giuseppe Stella as well really seems to be on it right now, and then Rahul Patel strong as always.
Yeah, indeed, and seems like the fast time around 1:37.7. Honestly, a very solid lap time. He's clear of Smith by more than 1/10 I see there. So isn't a bad lap time at all. George Allen improves up to fifth. Good lap by the Thai driver. But with 12 minutes left, as the track, the rubber and stuff, and like you get more grip on it, it's gonna be probably faster lap times. And Saar improves as well, up into P8. So good lap by him as well. But I think we're gonna see a faster lap time than 1:57.7. That's my prediction for today's qualifying session. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, 100%. I'd say these times are nothing but provisional at the moment. And I do 100% think that time by Giuseppe Stella is going to come down eventually in this session. We have had a few rare instances where it hasn't, where one person set a lap time and that's been the definitive pole time, but usually that is not the case. And obviously I'd like to be proven wrong to have a very, very exciting qualifying session on our hands, and we'll see if anyone will be able to take that pole time down. Currently looking at Pavel Saar just making his way down the back straight and through the right-hander. I don't actually have the turn number indicators. I usually do have a track map up, but every track map I seem to find doesn't have it, so I don't actually know what corner number he's going through right now at the moment. Did actually find one here. He's currently going through turn 14, this is, and you can see that's a very, very banked left-hander, and then through the right-hander of turn number 15. He's actually coming in though, so Pavel Saar does not continue on that lap. Aiden Smith though, the man in second, is just gonna round the final corner to start a lap of the Dubai Autodrome here as he crosses the line to start his flying lap down the start-finish straight. He goes and down the run into turn number 1. Very, very open right-hander, late apex as well as you make your way through the left-hander of turn number 2. And then you're going to have a lot of consecutive right-handers, turn 3 and 4. It's like a mini turn 8 at Istanbul as you head through turn 6. And then the long turn number 7. Late apex here as well. So going to try and set yourself up for the exit of turn number 8. And then the braking zone of turn 9. Banked corner, lots of banking here. As you try and get the power down on the exit. Making your way down. Start, finish straight. 6th gear. I think that is as you brake and shift down as you head through the sharp turn number 10 through 11 now, nice and tidy, hitting the apex there as you make it into turn number 12, hugging that inside line. Try and set yourself up for turn number 13, just a slight little kink, but it's this corner coming up that is probably the most fearsome one, turn number 14, and you can just see how much banking there is. It's really going to help the car on turn-in, but it's just going to chuck you out as you head through turn 15. Blind exit there as you make your way down to the final corner, turn 16, hugging that inside line once again as you try and set yourself up for the exit, and across the line for Aiden Smith. Wasn't an improvement, but that is a lap of the Dubai circuit. And again, it is a very, very interesting circuit.
Yeah, it is. Also, I'm actually real quick, but before I do that, Erkinut up into P3, great lap. by Erki here, but small correction, that was the back straightaway, but otherwise, thank you for taking us through the track. But yeah, at this track, we don't have corner names, so we have to go off the numbers. But I mean, I guess some corners can just be recognized, like turn 14. It's a really tricky corner, and it's always interesting to see how the drivers approach it, because it's not like they're all the same. It's always going to be different approaches to one corner, but also to any corner on this track, which there are 16 of them. And that doesn't only count for this track; it counts for any track. So that's always the nice part of racing. But nonetheless, that was a great lap by Erkinit. Becomes the 4th driver in the 137s, just ahead of Patel. And let's talk about Patel real quick, shall we? Because this man has been having a season, and And the adjective is up to your choice, because it's honestly a really great season he's been having. 2 wins in a row thus far. Can he make it a 3rd?
We'll see. Right now, he is in incredible form, and it just doesn't look to be stopping right now, really. But yeah, Erkin Nit in 3rd has now made it a team down the line 2-3 here in qualifying. So both of their drivers not looking bad at all. Aiden Smith has been doing very well this season, and Erkin Nit has been trying to get up there. He's not had equally as fortunate of a season as his teammate Smith, but he is still trying to get himself up there, as he does set an improvement, in fact. That is going to be a 137.906. He's about 800ths ahead of Rahul Patel now. He's going to try and claim that P3 back as he now heads into turn number 14, number 1. Red Bull Mugen Team Go car, which lies 2nd in the team standings despite being a 1-car team. So it's basically as if Rahul Patel was a team, and we're going to see him now, the one-man team, go across the line, and that's going to be 2nd for Rahul Patel, ahead of both team down the lines. He gets himself just about 5 even, I think 5,000ths of a second shy of pole position.
That was a great lap by Rahul, and now he's going to another one, although I'm not sure if he'll be as fast as the one before, but 5 minutes left, or, well, closer to 6, as Simpson has an improvement, up into 5th, great lap by Courtney. But yeah, Patel, I think, knowing him, he can set an improvement, so people like Stella, Smith, and Nid definitely have to have a response, if he does set one. But yeah, Simpson up to P5, also gets himself into the 137s, so great lap. And that puts him, as I said, up in the top 5. Otherwise, he's now going again on a lap. But not much time left, because if I calculate it right, there's about 2-3 laps the drivers can make. And hold on, I'm going to hold myself up real quick, because Pavel Sar up into P3. Again, great lap.
Yeah, brilliant lap from Pavel Sar. He's going to be, I think he's going to be very, very happy about that one. The Estonian, who already has been on the podium this season, would definitely like to get up there once again, as Linus Timmel now gets himself into the top 10. And there, going up at the 3rd, Leon Tremblant. Great lap from the Luxembourger, and he now sends Pavel Sar down into 4th. And there, I think that P3 is highly contested. We've seen so many drivers get into 3rd and make improvements into that position, so it is pretty close in the top 3, or well, yeah, in the top 10, I'd say.
Yeah, indeed, it's now the top 7 on 157s, and Chao China just outside of it, as well as Team L. But yeah, it's very close, honestly, as Blackwood sets an improvement up to 14th. Although for Patel, this is not that bad of a situation, because his closest competitor, which is Cesetti, is down there in 13th. So right now, he'd even extend his already very comfortable lead of 31 points. So that's a statement there, but there are still 3.5 minutes left of qualifying. So Julia probably should set a better lap time to find a response to Rahul Patel. As Pavel Sar sets the new provisional pole position, is up into P1 in a 137.5. Great lap.
And certainly that was unexpected from Pavel Sar. I think everyone had their eyes on Rahul Patel to take that pole time away, but Pavel Sar, who has been climbing up the order this session, finally reaches the top with a 1:37.593. That is provisional pole for the Estonian. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it's first time in the middle of the 157, so great lap honestly. And Pavel Sar, whose only points scoring finish was indeed his podium. So I mean, it's a good and a bad thing at the same time. So scoring points here in Dubai will certainly help his season out, as apart from one retirement, he hasn't scored and not scoring points in general. Well, that only podium isn't only not gonna bring him much, as it is only 11 points. But right now, pole is not looking bad for the Estonian.
Yeah, not bad at all for Pavel Sar, as David Joly gets himself into 10th. He joins his in-gang teammate Courtney Simpson now in the top 10 with a 1:38.033. But yeah, this is going to be interesting now, as we've got 2 minutes left on the clock just about. Patel, Tremblant and Smith make that Patel, Tremblant and Sambi, as the Kenyan has now gone up into 6th place. Koto Sambi once again not looking to let that slip, and Pavel Sar as well, not looking to let that pole position slip either, as he set a 1:37.591, extends his advantage at the top of the field. Pavel Sar, you are truly something. And yeah, Sar, we'll see if he's going to keep that. We'll see if he is going to be able to keep that pole position. And as we got 1.5 minutes left on the clock, Rahul Patel just came out of the pits to go for one final flying lap in this qualifying. And we'll see what he is going to be able to do. But it is Mateusz Material by a 1/10 of a second. Goes on to provisional pole out of absolutely nowhere. The Polish man has just done it with a minute to go. He's found the lap. And we'll see if that is going to be the lap, or if that might also come down. But now, Mateusz Material, all eyes on the Polish man in the TCS Nakajima racing car, as he could be on for his first pole position this season. Obviously scored P2 at Termas de Rio Hondo, coming off a great... he's coming off feeling a bit rejuvenated, obviously, following his 3 races before that. So he'll look to keep that momentum going. And right now he is doing a brilliant job at it. But that pole is certainly not definitive. We'll just have to see if it is definitive or not. And there, up into second, Erki Nytt now goes up into second then in the Team Dandelion racing car. That sends the man who was on pole only about 2 minutes ago, Giuseppe Stella, down into 4th. Linus Timell then now across the line, and this is no improvement for Timell as their checker flag is now out. I think Linus Timell just got another lap in there. Material though comes in, he's not going to improve. Next across the line will be Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the Condor Racing, making his way round turn number 12. What's the sector 2 time going to be? And he's about 4/10 off. Could be an improvement. Oh, 6/10 off, sorry. But it could still be an improvement if he carries on this pace. Now then, through 14 and 15, through the right he goes, and downhill into turn number 16. Let's see, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., what are you going to be able to do here? Are you going to be able to lift yourself out of 18th place? And the answer is no for Zachary Fitzwater. He isn't able to do it. What about Emilia Konishina? Can she get herself into the top 10 with this lap? Yes, she does. Into 10th goes Emilia Konishina. Koto Sambi goes across the line. And now then, all eyes on this man, Rahul Patel, who is going to go through the final corner. Is he going to be able to grab an improvement here? Rahul Patel? No improvement for Rahul Patel. It's going to be 6th place here at Dubai. And even though it is a pretty decent top 10 finish, it will be subpar by Rahul Patel's standards. as Timel will come into the pit lane, and I believe he will be the final man to come in for his run. And I think there isn't anyone else we are waiting for. I think that is qualifying over with, and yes, it is over. And on pole position, it is Mateusz Material here at Dubai.
Honestly, what a lap by the pole. It's great to see him here on pole position now.
Yes, indeed. Material did very well for himself there, and yeah, pretty important as well, considering he's just coming out of a P2 at Termas de Rio Hondo. But now then, it is time to go through the grid. So, on pole position, it is Mateusz Material for TCS Nakajima Racing, and in second and third, it is the two Estonians rounding out the top three. It is Erki Nyt in second and Paavo Saar in third. P4, a brilliant qualifying from him, Giuseppe Stella. And then in fifth, it is functional Chao Shainat. Sixth is Rahul Patel, and then in seventh is Akoto Sambi with Leon Tremblant in eighth. Aiden Smith will be in ninth, and rounding out the top 10, it is Emilia Kondicina.
And just outside the top 10, we find Courtney Simpson in 11th and Linus Tiemann in 12th. Then we have Simpson's teammate David Jui in 13th, and then we have Joseph Kang in 14th. Eric Novosad finds him in 15th, and Giuseppe and Blackwood, the two teammates, are 16th and 17th respectively. We don't have memory from Giuseppe, considering she's supposed to be chasing down Patel, but maybe she makes some positions up in the race. We'll have to find out, but the last two positions are taken up by Fitzwater Sr. and Samet Özkan.
Yes, that is it then. We're ready to go racing here at the Dubai Autodrome. The lights coming on, Material on pole for 23 laps. And we're underway here at Dubai, and it doesn't seem to be the greatest getaway for Erki Nyt there behind, swallowed up by both Saar and then Stella heading into turn one. Are they going to be three wide? Not quite, as Erki Nyt is just going to age ahead of Paavo Saar. The two wheel to wheel heading into turn number one, and Paavo Saar then still side by side with his fellow compatriot through turn number three. Saar isn't able to do anything just yet. Stella isn't able to gain anything as they all wind through the first couple of corners. There's Akoto Sambi side by side with Aiden Smith, Tremblant side by side with Chao Shainat, as there's Rahul Patel trying to get himself up to fourth. He got past Tremblant for sixth. Chao Shainat now trying to put the pressure on the Luxembourger. Smith as well trying to go on to Chao Shainat, who himself is now facing pressure from Akoto Sambi heading down the back straight.
Yeah, honestly, what overtake happened thus far, and it's not gonna end here because look at Smith is trying to go around the outside of Sambi maybe. Sambi and Shoshana fighting as well. Let's look at Patel now up there. Him and Stella are fighting for P4. Let's see who gets out on top. I think Stella, they might have had a bit of I don't know, bit of a moment there, but Stella keeps the position in front. Shoshana now battling Tremblant for 6th. No, wait, no, that's Sambi, sorry. So it's Pavel for 7th. Sambi down the inside. Shoshana defends well, so he's still up in 7th.
Yeah, Chao Shainat keeps his position, then Aiden Smith could come out to play here in this battle, as we're going to have Sambi trying a late move on the inside line through turn 14. That's a banked corner, and I think Sambi will have to back off if he's able to make it work, but he's got a pretty good run into the final corner. He's going to try to the inside line of Chao Shainat once again, as the two will go wheel to wheel, but Chao Shainat gets a way better exit. Sambi, not quite. Here comes Aiden Smith then, who's trying to go wheel to wheel with him into turn number one, as are they going to be side by side into the first corner. Sambi tries to cover him off, and as a result, Smith isn't able to do anything just yet.
A great attempt, but now we're going to look a bit further down the grid. Fitzwater and Blackwood also battling for P17. Fitzwater around the outside, he's trying to go for the move here. Would be a great one if he pulled it off. Now turns it to the inside. I think he's got it. That's a great move by Fitzwater Sr. up into 17th.
Yeah, great stuff from Zachary Fitzwater. That's put him up into P17 then, ahead of Jafari Blackwood. We're going to go back to this battle then for 7th. Aiden Smith who is chasing down Ekoto Sambi. Sambi himself, who's still putting the pressure on Function of Shine, heading down the back straight. He's got the DRS, not the DRS, sorry, wrong series. He's got the slipstream, as there is Leon Tremblant, who's now trying in on Rahul Patel. Patel wasn't quite able to get Stella, and is now facing pressure from Leon Tremblant.
Yeah, Patel, who was trying to get Stella, as you said earlier on, for 4th, now faces losing his position gain from Tremblant himself, as he did overtake him on the first lap for 5th. Tremblant now not happy with that. He's certainly trying to get it back, but I think he's dropped down. He's dropped back a bit for now. So no move made just yet, but we know how overtake opportunities always present themselves on this track.
Yes, indeed, it is a track with a lot of overtaking opportunities. We saw that from Ekoto Sambi as well, who was trying dives into every single corner. It felt like, as we now approach lap 3 out of 23, Matusz Material sets the fastest lap of the race at a 140.111 from the Polish man, and he is 8 tenths clear of second place Erki Nytt, who still holds his P2 despite a pretty poor start, fended off Pavel Sar and Giuseppe Stella. So he stays in second, but unable to keep up with the Polish man in the race lead at the moment.
As we now look at Erik Nosad, who looking at the back of Yui, but so is Kang looking at possible overtakes. So know that now it's a bit of become a bit quiet, so we can't say anything just now really, but that might change soon as we cut back to the battle for P7, which we were looking at before. Shashanat against Sambi. Sambi now round 2, it seems like, as Sambi now tries to move down the inside. Will he get it done? It looks to be very close, but I don't think Sambi just got good enough of an exit there to get ahead of Shashanat. So great defense by Shashanat, but also props to Sambi for attempting it, and I don't think that's his last attempt yet, as there will be other opportunities presenting themselves later on in the lap as well.
Yeah, Ekoto Sambi has been looking ambitious this race, trying to go on to functional China, but he just hasn't been able to make it stick. And I think that's the problem that's currently presenting himself for Ekoto Sambi. He just needs to be able to get that move done 100%, and just needs to, I think, be a bit more patient with how he tries his moves.
Yeah, indeed, as now we are head onto lap number 4, so it's still early on in the race, and the drivers still have plenty of time. But of course in motorsport, never be too comfortable with time, because it's always against you. So nonetheless, Sambi still stays in 8th, and but he does seem still very close to that P7.
Yeah, very well said that time is always against you. In motorsports, it is very, very true, and it tends to go by very fast in these Super Formula races, as well as Sambi still in pursuit of Charles Scheinert through turn 8, and now out of turn 9 they go, and he's going to have the slipstream to his advantage once again. Don't think he'll be able to try anything here. Here's Leon Tremblant though. He's going to go to Rahul Patel once again then, as the two go wheel to wheel. Sambi there in the background went wide, so I think that's where he lost time. But Patel keeps ahead, heading into turn number 12. Tremblant tries to have a look on the outside, but ultimately can't find any space. And it is odd to see Rahul Patel pulling off defensive jobs. He's always so far out front now that we aren't really used to him being in defense.
Yeah, but if he really wants to solidify himself as this season champion, of course, that's one of the qualities you have to have. And thus far, Patel has been defending quite well, so we can't really say anything against him. But Tremblant doesn't seem to be the easiest opponent that Patel could have this race.
Yeah, Rahul Patel, I think, was too busy chasing down Giuseppe Stella in those previous laps. Forgot about the man he overtook on lap 1, Leon Tremblant, who has been looking very good on pace as well so far. So I think, did he lock up into turn 1? I saw a puff of smoke.
Yeah, I think it looked like that, yeah.
Through turn 1, so yeah, maybe he did. And well, it doesn't seem like it's keeping him back too much, as he's still 0.3 of a second behind Rahul Patel. So gap still relatively close then, especially in this midfield pack we're having at the moment. Rahul Patel as well, not really like he's holding up the field. He's not got too big of a gap to Giuseppe Stella in 4th. But it is the top 3 that is looking quite spread out though.
Yeah, as we are making it over a second behind, but I'm gonna cut off myself here because look at Tremblant is gonna now go down the inside in turn 10. Can Leon get the move done as they're side by side? They're gonna head into turn 11 and then into turn 12 eventually, but no, Tremblant backs down once again. And now China is on his back.
Yeah, China could do something here, but yeah, Tremblant. I mean, it is proven that he's got the pace, but yeah, I just don't know if he commits enough to it. I feel like he needs to be a bit further ahead to be able to succeed with it. So he just needs a tiny little push, just a little bit more, to be able to succeed with that move, I'd say.
He needs to work a lot with the slipstream he has at his disposal, which of course is also one of the points. You need to work with it, you need to see how you can get the best out of it, but nonetheless, look at Chassetti now, who she has made up 3 places, and she did start P16, so that's already a good job done, but she's looking hungry for more as she's behind Timel, which will bring her up into 12, even closer to the point, so she might not go pointless this race if she can overtake Timel now.
Yeah, we'll see if she's going to be able to do that. Giulia Chassetti, a race winner around this track back in her Formula E season in 2019. Linus Timel, former Formula 1 driver. Both of these two obviously former F1 drivers, now in Super Formula. As Chassetti's going to be in the slipstream here. We'll see if she's going to be able to make a move into turn number 10, and at the moment, no is the answer.
Yeah, I think she might be even a bit wide there. I don't know if that was the line, but it just looked like that to me.
I don't know, either that or she was trying to set herself up for a move into the next corner, but she was way too far away to try something of the likes, and I think David Jules behind in 14th seems to have closed up, as we're now looking at Leon Tremblant once again, who is still on the back of Rahul Patel here, and still wanting that 5th back for himself. Patel though will want every single point that he can squeeze out in this race. Such is the mentality of a champion.
Yeah, indeed. As I think he already is Super Formula champion just back then when he was tier 4, or correct me if I'm wrong here, but technically he would be back to back if we look at it this way. But nonetheless, Tremblant now looks to be even closer than before. Now into turn, going to turn 3. I think he went a bit wide there as well. But yeah, I think now we're into turn 6 and then eventually turn 7. I don't think turn 1 was close enough. He looked to be very close there, but I think the dirty air might have upset this car.
Yeah, I think it was the dirty air affecting him there. You can see, but he can see he was on great pace now. It was really close to Patel. He was just weaving absolutely everywhere to try and make a move, and he might even go up alongside him down the back straight here, as Tremblant is going to get his best opportunity yet, as the two will go wheel to wheel now, almost bang wheels. That's how close they got there through the corner. Patel on the inside line trying to cover him off. Tremblant still wheel to wheel with the championship leaders. Patel is there on the outside then, heading into turn number 12. Gets the better exit out of the corner as well, and through turn 13, Tremblant tries to go wheel to wheel with him, doesn't find any space, tries the inside into turn 14, still has a look, but ultimately isn't able to go for it. Thought about it there, but yeah, he just wasn't able to go up and alongside him.
It seems like Noosat now was going for a move onto Jury, but didn't come anything out of it either. I mean, that upper corner is a very tough section, but look at now, Noosat into the last corner. Will he be able to get it for 14th? It doesn't seem like it. I think he overcorrected a bit to not steer into Jury, so he stays down there. But now Kang has the opportunity to get Noosat for 15th into the first turn. Let's see how the two drivers will line up, as actually Noosat is lining up for a move there. I don't know what's happening really, but no, the positions stay the same. So a lot of weaving down the straight, and now Kang is under pressure by Fitzwater.
Yeah, Joseph Kang, I think, locked up into turn 1. I think he just suddenly slowed, and now Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is going to have a very, very good opportunity at trying it here against Joseph Kang, as we look at his teammate Leon Tremblant, who is still chasing down Rahul Patel, still piling on the pressure on the Super Formula champion, as the two are going to go wheel to wheel now, heading down into turn number 10. Tremblant on the inside line, as the two will go wheel to wheel, then into turn number 11. Tremblant on the outside line, and over the curb then runs out of space, and unfortunately Rahul Patel will be ahead. And now look how close this brings Fongchun Chao Shine out.
Yeah, he's right up his rear, we saw there, but now he's backed off a little bit again. Yeah, Tremblant is not looking like a man who wants to give up this race, and we love that spirit, but he just can't find a way past Patel.
Yeah. Patel, after all this dueling with Tremblant as well, has lost 1.7 seconds to Giuseppe Stella, so that gap has just increased, which will give Stella a bit of room to breathe, obviously. But yeah, it's not good news for Rahul Patel, who is looking to claim more points in this race. As we're now looking at Giulia Cesetti close to the back of Linus Timel. Into turn number 1 they go. Cesetti will remain behind, and she will see what cards she has to play.
And for now, she can't find a way past her ex-F1 colleague, I guess we can say. This is the battle of the F1 drivers, essentially. Ex-F1 drivers, sorry about that. But we got back to Tremblant once again, I think. No, never mind. The cameraman is playing tricks on me, but... or maybe my ass is playing tricks on me. I don't know. I'm a bit tired, but now actually we're with Tremblant. As, actually, this time he might seem to be going around the outside. But no, he lands that back on the inside. Maybe there was a bit of mind play against Patel, as now he goes down the inside once again. I don't know if it will be enough, as yeah, Patel finds himself ahead once again through the same turn. But actually, look at Tremblant. He now might be going around the outside. Patel closes the door. Nothing to do for Tremblant.
Yeah, Patel strong on the defense, I have to say. He puts his car where it needs to be, and yeah, I think he's doing really, really well in terms of defense. But obviously, even though he is, according to us, doing pretty well, I think he is still in his mind probably not happy with where he is at the moment, considering he's just losing time every single moment Leon Tremblant tries it on him.
Yeah, I mean, he could use that time to go onto Stella for P4, and Stella is close to Star as well, so if he wasn't battling with Tremblant, he could be in a challenge for the podium, as now we're gonna look at the challenge for the podium, as Stella is very close to Pavosar, as Pavosar is 3 seconds behind his compatriot, so that allows the two of them to battle it out for P3.
Yeah, and we'll see Giuseppe Stella, who could be on for his first ever Super Formula podium here, chasing down Pavosar in the Assetto Corsa machine. And yeah, we'll see if he is going to be able to pull it out here.
Now we're going to go down the back straight, very long one, so there's a lot of slipstream to get. And I think he might be looking for a move on the inside, but I think that was just a thought, as now he still stays behind Pavosar. But Tremblant doesn't stay behind Patel, because once again he's trying a move on the inside, but it just won't ever work out. Doesn't seem like that's the right move for Tremblant.
Yeah, I think, again, just as I say, he just needs that little bit more of a push to be able to get past Rahul Patel, because at the moment he just isn't able to do anything against Rahul Patel. Patel's like a wall at the moment, and Tremblant needs to figure out how to break down that wall and catch Patel by surprise, I'd say. And well, that isn't an easy thing to do, considering you're going up against ex-Formula 1 driver and Super Formula champion Rahul Patel.
And it would be, of course, hard with any driver, but that being such an established driver like Rahul makes it even harder, as the experience just adds up. But let's head back to a bit further down the field. As Cesetti still close behind Timel, doesn't seem like any move is being made just yet though. The delta always stays close at all times. 0.5 the max I've seen, or 0.6, but no moves being made for now.
Yeah, A few drivers just trying to settle into the gap, settle into the rhythm, and just try and figure it out from there, really. Chisetti hasn't really gone for moves. She's just remained patient behind Linus Timel, and all her years in different levels of racing as well has shown that, as she's now trying to line up a move. Most likely one other person though who is trying to line up a move is, you guessed it, Leon Tremblant onto Rahul Patel, but as it has been all the other times, unfortunately it doesn't do anything for Tremblant, as he's still trying it on the outside line there, but it is no nonsense defending from Rahul Patel occupying the racing line.
They just slammed the door on him, honestly, there. But of course, it's fair defending. So, as soon as there's no contact, honestly, that's what we fear, of course, if there's any contact. But for now, Patel has been defending very well this race. Although, knowing Patel, that's certainly not the position he would want to be in.
Yeah, it is his right to defend like that, considering it is the racing line. Obviously, the rules state that you shouldn't move, I believe, more than 2 or 3 times on a straight if you're defending from someone. So Rahul Patel, tough but fair defending, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. As Tremblant now, do you just see the delta? It's 0.2, 0.3. It's always close. He's not backing off, and Shoshana hasn't tried to move on him for quite some time now, but of course he still has to keep him in his eye, because any mistake Shoshana will take advantage of. So it's not an easy situation for Tremblant here, but honestly the best thing he could do right now is get past Rahul Patel. And maybe it is gonna be the time this time around down the straight, as I see him line up for the inside once again. He's gonna line up, yeah, exactly, for the inside once again. Oh, it seems to be even closer this time. I don't know if there was contact, but Patel took a different line than usual. Tremblant now seems to find himself on the outside, not the inside, not the outside. Patel defends once again, and the Tremblant's charge ends there, as he's gonna go again, probably next lap, knowing him.
Yeah, he's done this every single lap now, and he just isn't backing off to try and go into Rahul Patel, just eventually trying to get him to crack under pressure. But Patel, that man is made out of diamond, he does not crack.
Yeah, as we saw here, Aiden Smith was trying to move on to Kotosambi, and now he's the one getting trying to move on by Courtney Simpson. 4P9, Simpson then already corrected a bit to maybe not steer into Smith, so he's 6th and 10th. And now Konishna is going to try and move onto Simpson, outside, no, inside, into the first turn. What will it be as Konishna, I think, she backs off from Simpson, so no moves made just yet, but of course a bad exit off the last turn could even result in a move made by the driver behind. So that's what drivers have to watch out for, definitely. But now we cut back to Tremblant, and you guessed who he is behind. Rahul Patel, as they're soon enough gonna head onto a very familiar straight to them, as they battled here a lot in the following turn, that being turn 10. Let's see if it's gonna happen now once again.
I think it's Tremblant just getting a very good exit out of turn number 8. He really seems to have mastered that corner, but this time, no, he doesn't go for it.
It seems like he just realized that maybe needs to do something else to get past Rahul Patel. Maybe he was trying to pressure him, as he was very close behind him, but that didn't work on Rahul, so now he still stays in P6. Although I'm pretty sure that this is not the end of this battle. But I must also add that Tremblant now has lost a bit of time onto Patel, but we'll see if he can gain that back.
Yeah, I definitely think that Tremblant can't just push on forever. That's impossible for any driver to just throw everything just constantly. So I think Tremblant's going to have to back off, and I think this is what Rahul Patel has been waiting for. Mateusz Material says the fastest lap, but I fear it might be. I fear the damage has already been done for Rahul Patel. That gap is 2.7 to Giuseppe Stella. So if Tremblant were to drop off now, Patel will just have to focus the rest of the race to try and catch up to Giuseppe Stella. That is a task easier said than done.
And we're going to look at Zachary Fitzwater who is chasing Joseph Kang. This is for P16. Quick lap update. We're on lap 14, so halfway through the race, and it really does seem like that's flown by. We've also, of course, we've looked a lot at two cars in particular. I don't even have to tell you because you know who they are. But now we're gonna look at the back of it as Fitzwater now in the slipstream of Kang on the straight. Maybe a lineup a move, but honestly, Blackwood it looks closer to Fitzwater than Fitzwater is to Kang. So maybe Blackwood could now strike a move on him, and he does down the inside. That was actually pretty late, as I didn't really decide up until the last moment. But Fitzwater defends, so Blackwood stays in 18th.
Yeah, Jafari Blackwood went very late for it. I think almost a bit too late, and as a result, I don't think was able to judge the situation completely. So yeah, I feel like next time we maybe need to try that a bit earlier, as we're now looking at the Kotosambi, who is still chasing down Functional Chaoshan. Has been doing that since the start of the race, and he's continuing to chase down the tire driver, but he hasn't made any moves of his own in these past few laps, unlike the start of this race.
Yeah, Sambi, who did see together at the start of this race, was very keen on making moves on Shaoshina. Now he's backed off a bit, but maybe it's just in the middle of the race. Maybe he might return later on. But for now, he stays there in P8, although that P7 is not too unrealistic to dream about for Koto.
Yeah, no, not at all. He's been, as I said, he's been decent on the pace, and he could very well try and get past Functional Chaoshinat, but obviously when you take in things like dirty air and driver mistakes and whatnot, it is a bit more difficult than meets the eye as we head into turn number 10, and you can see there he just runs wide, and that's lost him time.
Indeed, I mean, he did get a bit of a tighter apex into the following turn, but it still lost him a lot of time. And of course, it's a matter of temps, but then again, temps are like a lifetime in especially motorsport. So now Sambi finds himself 0.5 of Shoshinat, still not too far off. But of course, from this distance, I don't think a move is really doable, so he'll have to catch up again. And soon enough, we'll be on lap 16, so I'd say about nearly three quarters of the race done, and not much time is left.
Yeah, no, not at all. I feel like some drivers will start to feel that time will definitely become an enemy for them, so they might start to get a move on.
As I'm looking through the field, the drivers seem to have calmed down a bit. No real moves being made as of now. We're looking at the Kotosambi, still on the back of Shashainat, just going through the track. But yeah, for now the drivers have calmed down a bit, maybe studying their opponents and see where they can strike the best. Of course, that's also one of the things you have to do in a race car. You can't just go for a move anywhere, as a dive bomb is fun, but it's not always the wisest option. But yeah, now down the straight, this is a popular overtaking spot, turn 10, or well, or a battle spot really, because we haven't seen many overtakes for now. Sambi though still stays behind, but again there you see, I think he went a bit wide there again, but not as bad as last time, but he still did.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's those silly little errors that you make while you're just chasing down another driver. It's that what I think just leads you to being constantly stuck behind them.
It has. Turn 10 has been proven to be a spot that drivers like to go for a move, but I haven't seen one being completed yet there. That's the issue. Not saying that Sambi now tried one, but just saying in general, since we're on the topic of it. But yeah, now on to lap 17. It's about 7 laps left. And the order still hasn't changed dramatically as of now. But of course, heading to the dying moment of the race, we all know how well up for battles the drivers get. So, as I like to call it, it's the now or never phase. But we're not entering that yet. But we're very close to it. But yeah, Sambi once again very close to Shashainat. As Shashainat is a bit far off Tremblant. Tremblant, who, by the way, I think hasn't tried a move as often as he was trying on Patel the earlier laps. So now he's maybe calmed down a bit with the moves, as he can't, of course, as you said, Miriam, beforehand, he can't push on forever. Yeah, now we're looking at Sambi onto the back straightaway once again. As we can see, Shinat and Tremblant to the back picture as well, so maybe if anything happens, Shinat, Tremblant and Patel. But yeah, Sambi now down the inside, maybe this is the time he can make the move stick. No, doesn't seem like it, as I think, I don't know, you see there, he overcorrected on the exit, so I'm not sure what happened there, but I don't think Sambi really likes the exit of that corner.
Seems to really struggle at that corner, yeah. And well, obviously we are the driver, so I don't know what we can really chalk it down to. Apart from the fact that I guess it just doesn't really like that corner.
That's unfortunate, because it does seem like after that long straight that you get enough slipstream to go for a move down the inside, but it has proven to be much harder than it might look like. So yeah, now on to lap 18. Still looking at Sambi, and that move to Sharshina not happening just now, but of course Sharshina is trying his best to defend. So this is a bit of a more quiet battle. It's like there's stuff happening, but also a lot of studying at the same time. So it's really interesting to see what they're both up to. But soon enough, we might see a position change. We'll just have to find out eventually.
Yeah, only time will tell them. So here's Giulia Cisetti then, still on the back of Linus Timell. David Julie as well in 14th. Could try and get involved in this. And then there's Eric Nosa there. So this is a four-way battle for P12. As here's Koto Sambi then. Didn't see this really, but here's Sambi then onto Chao Shainat. Finally is able to go up and alongside through turn 10, but it doesn't really come to nothing for Sambi, as he's going to have to back off, and he will have to keep his position.
And now Blackwood and Fitzwater are fighting, but it seemed like Blackwood tried to move down the inside, but little did you know it didn't work. Once again, it doesn't seem like to work in that corner for the drivers, but Blackwood finds himself in 18th once again, although he did seem very close to Fitzwater.
Yeah, and plenty of battling going on down there as well. Cisetti still trying to put the pressure on Linus Timell, but her efforts have been rather unsuccessful, and time is running out for the Italian woman as well. There's only about 4 laps to go as they've just crossed the line.
It's lap 19 out of 23. Material, the undiscussed leader of this race, with a dominating lead of 3.3 seconds on the NIT. NIT honestly a bit of a no man's land, as Star and Stella have been close to each other battling for P3, and although Star has been far off from NIT and NIT has been far from Material, so he's kinda there, just relaxing in P2. But now then we cut back to, well, Patel, as maybe this battle now resumes, as we're gonna head down into turn 10. Tremblant looks to be very close. Can he try to move down the inside? Yes, he's lining up for it. Is he close enough? Will he make it finally this time? All questions waiting to be answered now as we go through turn 10. It doesn't seem like Tremblant it doesn't seem to get that move done. Doesn't seem like it'll work.
Yeah, and yeah, nothing coming out of that there for Leon Tremblant. Just has to stay behind, unfortunately, and obviously as a driver that is pretty frustrating, considering that you know you have the pace and you know that there's the willpower to try and succeed, but everything you do, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that must be really frustrating, and he still finds himself in 6th after battling for, well, all race nearly, and there's not much time left that he can try and make a move. Of course, props to Patel for defending that long, because it's not the easiest thing to defend all race from a driver. But nonetheless, still probably not the positions that both of them might want to find themselves in. Now we're looking at Ekoto Sambi as they go through turn 1 to start their lap 20. But now we cut back to Tremblant, as he is again very close to Patel.
He is indeed, and could try and make a bit of a last-ditch maneuver, so to say, to try and get up into P5. So yeah, time running out as well for Leon Tremblant. He's been trying the entire race, and well, yeah, we'll just have to see then as they head down the back straight.
And Tremblant seems to be landing that famous move down the inside once again. Seems to be very close. Can he get it now? Finally, doesn't seem like he will. No, he backs off once again, and going into this is turn 12. Oh, trying to go down the around the outside until slams the door close, and it's again sixth only for Leon Tremblant.
Yeah, and it's pretty frustrating, I have to say, for Leon Tremblant. He's been trying the entire race to just try and get past Rahul Patel, but you also have to commend Patel on his defensive work. He has been brilliant.
Honestly, these two have brought probably like 90% of the entertainment this race. Not saying this race has been boring, of course we've seen a lot of battles, but those two in particular, they've been battling all race long, and the race isn't even over yet. So it's really nice just to see just two drivers going at it and never backing down. But it's interesting to see there has not been a position change after these many laps.
Yeah, no, it is pretty interesting. So yeah, it hasn't been obviously the most flashiest and overtakiest race ever, but obviously not every single race can be like that, I suppose. As here's Tremblant then, is going to try it again on Rahul Patel. Will he be able to succeed this time? He looks pretty close, as the two will be side by side. Tremblant on the inside line, and I think this is going to be the same story, and it will be through turn number 12 they go, and Tremblant can't do anything there with the line he has.
It looked weird though, because it seemed like his best opportunity yet. He was just right alongside Tremblant, but now look at Novosad. He tries to move down the inside onto Jury. Can he get it done? We haven't seen a lot of moves down that corner into turn. That was out of turn 12, but no, he now lines up for the inside. Turn 13 and now turn 14, the upper corner. He has a look. I don't know if there was contact there, but it doesn't seem like it. Novosad, of course, throwing everything he has as Jury for this P14. Now going down the inside of the last corner. Will Novosad finally get it? No, doesn't seem like it. The battle ends here. Jury is still in P14, and Novosad has to be happy for P15. Although maybe I might have to be corrected, and yes, I have to be corrected. Novosad now into the first turn. It's lap 22 out of 23. Will he be able to get the move? No, he backs off of it. So Novosad stays still in P15.
Yeah, good battle here towards the end of the race, and Novosad unfortunately can't quite do anything there. So he's just gonna have to wait. Well, no, he can't wait anymore, but yeah, I think that might just be the opportunity gone for Eric Novosad. Here's Leon Tremblant then, who's gonna once again... No! Doesn't try it this time. He thought about it, but he didn't quite go for it. What about Giulio Cesetti? Doesn't try it either.
Yeah, now it's lap 22 out of 23. It's not much time left here. So drivers have to think of something if they want to get one less position in. Nonetheless, Cesetti still stays in P13. Stuck behind Timel all race long, essentially. So good defending by Linus, but of course must be frustrating for both of them, as Timel did lose 4 seconds onto Konish now. And now then, as I see down there, leader was on the final lap, our leader being Material. So now we are on lap 23 of 23. As now we cut back to the battle for P3, as that looks to be close to start. Now into turn 1, no move made just yet, but of course you still need that time to build up the gap, make it as close as you can make it, and then go for the move, which is probably the best course of action right now for the man in 4th.
Yeah, Stella then could just be on a podium here at the final lap of the race, and he's going to have a pretty good opportunity now heading down the back straight. It's going to be it's going to be now or never for Giuseppe Stella, really, as he will be chasing down Pavel Sar, heading down into turn number 10, but I fear he's not close enough here.
Yeah, he just seemed to be way too far off it. But now let's look at Tremblant. Will he try it one last time? Yes, he will try it one last time. Will it work out now? No, it doesn't look like it will. Is he round? Is he side by side with Patel? No, I'm not sure, but he seems to be closer than usual. Now tries it around the outside. Patel closes the door, and just nothing Tremblant can make out of it. It's been weird on it. It's been all race long, and Tremblant hasn't been able to get the move. But now, honestly, this man, it's been a one-man show. Brought to you by Mateusz Material as he comes around the final corner. Mateusz Material is your winner here in Dubai.
And what a drive from Mateusz Material as well. Light to flag win, every single lap led. That is absolutely incredible from Mateusz Material. That is certainly a way to take your first ACLC win. Wow.
Yes, all the drivers come across the line. Of course, we notable mentions Tremblant and Patel after a long race battle. Stay 6th and 5th. And of course we can see Giuseppe 13th and Timel 12th as well. So yeah, Material though, the man in first.
Yes, indeed. Fastest lap as well. Complete the trifecta of pole, win, fastest lap. And then it is Erkinit and Pavel Sar who round out the podium. So double podium for Estonia. Giuseppe Stella finishes 4th with Rahul Patel. In his books, probably a lowly result, but still it is points for Patel in P5. Some people on the grid would be overjoyed with a 5th place. And then you have Leon Tremblant in 6th. Certainly a man who would be a bit happier in that 5th place. Function Octave Shine at the 7th with Akoto Sambi in 8th. And that's Aidan Smith in 9th with Courtney Simpson rounding out the top 10.
And just outside the points paying positions, we find Emilia Konishna in 11th. Ilios Timel is 12th and Giuseppe in 13th after they did battle for the race as well. David Jui is in 14th with Eric Novostar in 15th. Joseph Kang finds himself in 16th. And we have Zachary Fitzwater in 17th. And the last two positions are taken up by Jafari Blackwood and Zamet Özkan.
And that has been it then for Super Formula here at Dubai. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a pretty interesting race. And before we go, it is time to answer the fated question of driver of the day. And well, I have nothing else to say apart from Mateusz Material. I think that was a brilliant race win, commanded the field today, and yeah, certainly deserving of that race win. So he gets mine, driver of the day.
Yeah, and for me, honestly, I have to agree with you. Of course, it's probably one of Materia. I think it's pronounced Material. Mateusz, if you're listening, correct me on this in the chat. But yeah, great performance by Mateusz, and it only can be him to get driver of the day.
Yes, indeed. But that's been it then for Super Formula. Thanks so much for watching. Next round of Super Formula, round 9 of the championship, will be us heading back to Japan and to Twin Ring Motegi. So make sure to not miss that. Until then, I have been Miran.
And I've been Giuseppe.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you